At the turn of the 16th century, the Spanish descended upon a new world. The expansion of their empire led to the destruction of many others. Led by Francisco Pizarro, the conquest of the Inca Empire wiped out one of history's most advanced cultures. But Pizarro and his men left behind one of the world's most sacred treasures.
Man's greatest achievements. The pinnacle of design. The work of nations. Forever frozen in time. We travel the globe unlocking the history and engineering that went into building the planet's 24 most recognized structures. On this, Wonders of the World.
Machu Picchu sits just 50 miles northwest of the ancient city of Cusco. Today, a city of more than 350,000 nestled in the Andes of southeastern Peru. At the height of the Inca Empire, Cusco was its capital city. Built between two diverted rivers in the Urubamba Valley, the settlement was the benchmark for new Inca communities. But the rule over Cusco changed hands in the 16th century as a new enemy reached Inca shores.
Mr. Francisco Pizarro took advantage of a civil war between two brothers.
But we have to realize that first a plague, smallpox, had just decimated the empire about 10 years beforehand, and they had just finished a very damaging civil war.
They began to get into the central parts of the Andes when I arrived to Cusco approximately in the 1532.
Pizarro took over Cusco for a while, but then the actual conquest itself took at least another 40 years.
Pizarro and his men conquered much of South America's west coast, but their lust for one treasure may have caused them to overlook another.
They were, for the first 40, 50 years, simply looking for gold. It was an economy of plunder, and people were taking what they could, melting it down or translating it to something, sending it back to Spain. Machu Picchu, by that point, was probably completely abandoned, and maybe even forgotten to a point. So there's nothing there of value for them to see or to take.
After the destruction of the Inca Empire, Machu Picchu sat forgotten for more than 3 centuries. From Cusco, the journey to Machu Picchu can be made by foot or by rail. The hike takes 4 days and 3 nights. A ride on the Hiram Bingham Express takes about 5 hours, cutting through the Urubamba Valley, tracing the path forged by the man who rediscovered Machu Picchu at the turn of the 20th century. A lecturer on South American studies at Yale and later a United States senator, Bingham was drawn to the mystery of the Inca past. He set out in 1911 on an expedition to find the lost city of the Incas.
When he arrived, his expedition in the area was looking for the last refuge of the Inca, the final stronghold where the Inca retreated and held out for 40 years against the Spanish.
It was in July 1911 that we first entered the marvelous canyon of the Urubamba, where the river escapes from the cold regions near Cusco by tearing its way through gigantic mountains of granite.
Bingham's journey through the suffocating Peruvian jungle was by sparsely used trade routes. As those came to an end, he simply followed the river before starting the climb.
he was taken up on top to Machu Picchu from the river, walking all the way up, and it took him a little bit of time to realize he actually had found something remarkable.